Episode 212. Today we see what's happening down on the farm and are joined by Pirates 2025 12th round pick and right-handed pitcher Cameron Keshock. You're listening to the Bucko Banter podcast, brought to you by the Just Baseball Media Network. Cue the music.
Rockin' 101, she compliment my taste. Whiskey in my lemonade, cause I like the way it tastes. Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates. Order steak by the plate, sending case after case. Run my race at my pace, clear the grass of the snake.
Adam, welcome back. Another episode of Down on the Farm. Had a lot of big performers this week. Some call-ups. Lots to talk about, as always. Nearing the end of the season.
Nearing the end of the season, some former Bucko Banter guys making their major league debuts. Cam Devaney.
Yep.
I said Cameron because we had another Cameron on the show today, but really exciting, man. As the minor league season wraps up to see how some of these guys projected at the end of the year and how they're going to project going into 2026. There's a lot of times a vast difference on how you look at a guy from the beginning of the season to the end in terms of being a contributor moving forward. So really excited to talk about some of these guys, especially Callan Moss, man, because he has been something else since being traded over to the Pirates.
Yeah, Moss has been unbelievable to the point where he's getting attention on like national networks, like the Call Up Pod on our network. They had a whole segment on Callan Moss. Is this like a legitimate prospect now? Is this someone that the Pirates saw untapped potential with? Because since being acquired, he's been one of the best hitters in minor league baseball, not just in high A. So he's someone that we're going to be watching and keeping track of. And there's some other guys that are performing too. I mean, we've got Edward Florentino coming back from the IL. I thought his season was done, so he gets another week of ball under his belt in low A. And is he a guy that's going to be in Arizona Fall League? Who are they going to send there at the end of this month? That's something I'm interested to see too, is going forward.
Would love to see Callan Moss.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. I think he's probably a candidate.
Yeah, I think there's a huge difference too. Like last year, you had Charles McAdoo, right? Who everybody was obsessed over. He was the best hitter in the Pirates organization, which is hilarious looking back on it now. Consider you have Connor Griffin and Charles McAdoo was your best guy last year. And then to see how he's regressed this year in the Blue Jays organization, but like we kind of predicted that it wasn't going to last forever.
He has a 118 WRC plus, but he's not like at the level that he was last year. Like
right.
Yeah.
I think there's obvious flaws is what I'm trying to say in the swing. And I don't see that with Callan Moss right now. Like the mechanics are a lot cleaner.
Yeah, sure.
So just in terms of projections of guys that you didn't expect, I'm putting that in the same category right now. It's like, hey, I didn't really have this on my radar. Even when he came over here in trade, I wasn't expecting to focus on Callan Moss too much. But now I'm like, give me all the Callan Moss you can get.
Was it that bad of a trade? At first, we were saying it might have been the worst trade. But now is it? Falter's a guy who has not pitched well in Kansas City. Last I checked, I'm pretty sure they moved him to the pen, which is something the Pirates could have done too.
Yeah.
It seemed like a light return for a guy that had 3 years of control. But if Callan Moss ends up being a legitimate prospect, hey, I love the trade. And I want to be hesitant with Callan Moss real quick. I know he's been performing, and I'm really excited about the stats that he's been putting up. But is this a Charles McAdoo? The swing, I like the swing a lot more than McAdoo's, but how much of McAdoo's performance was a product of Greensboro?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. It's tricky going from Greensboro to Altoona. Connor Griffin hasn't had much of an issue.
No, yeah, he's also
that's a whole nother beast. But I think we'll see him start in Altoona next year, and then that'll be the real determining factor. But yeah, I think in terms of a candidate for the AFL, he's high up on the list.
100%. And then you also have guys that you showcase because you want to, maybe they're Rule 5 candidates or guys that you can move upper level depth. Like, is Chase Bowen a guy that they're going to try to showcase? I don't know if he's been to the AFL already, but they did that with Sammy Siani last year. So we'll see. I'm excited. I want to highlight too that I know hitting was I guess, where we struggled in this system, especially upper level depth. And it seems like there's been some development in that area. I'm hesitant to get too excited here, but we have a lot of guys in Double A right now. Rivas, Valdez, Omar Alfonso, Connor Griffin. The only one of these guys might end up being somebody, but there's definitely more options than what we were looking at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Before we get into some headlines here, Scott, make sure you're betting with Rhythm, because if you do, chances of you winning go through the roof. Data backed, easy to use, no spreadsheets, simple. They identify all the power trends for you so you get the best return on your investment. Download Rhythm, all caps, just baseball 50 for 50% off the full year. Try it free for 7 days and bet smarter with Rhythm. Scott, why don't you get us into some headlines?
Yeah, let's do it. So Tuesday, Jeter Martinez was assigned to Bradenton, and he'll get his first cup of coffee with the Pirates this week. He was the guy that we got for Caleb Ferguson from the Mariners, more of a lottery pick. Friday, Nick Samillo. I feel like he's hitting a home run every day that I look at the box score for the curve. Hit for the cycle, second ever in Altoona curve history. They put up 14 runs in Harrisburg. Additionally, on Friday, Thomas Harrington was thrown back on the IL after throwing his first inning since being out since the beginning of August. This was, I think last outing was August 8th. He threw one inning on Friday, and then they took him out and put him back on the IL. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on with Thomas Harrington, but something to monitor. His season's probably done. And then, as I said, Saturday, Edward Florentino activated off the 7-day IL. So we're going to see more of him before the 2025 minor league season ends.
Let's go to Indianapolis versus the Buffalo Bison, the Blue Jays AAA affiliate. Indianapolis right now 75 and 56. Nick York 7 for 21 on the week, 4 runs, 2 doubles, 1 RBI, 5 walks, 3 Ks with a stolen base. He's got his average up to 287 now. Seems like he could probably be a September call-up any day now. Cam Devaney, while he was down there, 6 for 17, 1 run with a triple RBI, 2 Ks, a stolen base. And then Rafael Flores, 7 for 22, 4 runs with a triple, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs with a walk and 6 Ks. Tuesday, Tim Meza, before getting released, 2 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned, 2 Ks in his first rehab appearance in AAA. Justin Lawrence is back, 1 1/3, no hits, 1 earned, 2 walks, 2 Ks in his first rehab appearance. And then Kreidler, who was recently called up, 0 for 4 with 2 Ks in his Indy debut playing center field. And then Flores hit 2 home runs, 4 in Indianapolis. Wednesday, Nick York 2 for 4 with a double. Thursday, Thomas Harrington 1 inning, 1 K. Kreidler 1 for 3 with his 5th home run, and then Flores went 3 for 4 with a triple. Friday, Meza 1 inning, 2 Ks. Flores 2 for 4 with another bomb, and then Nick York went 4 for 4 with a double and a stolen base, his 17th bag on the year. Saturday, Hunter Barco 3 innings, 1 hit, no earned, 2 Ks. Brandon Bidwell 2 innings, no hits, 2 Ks. He's got a 0 ERA and an 8.6 ERA this season over 4 levels, Scott. 57 Ks with a 1.21 batting average, 0.86 whip, and 52 1/3 innings. Pretty
dominant.
Pretty dominant. I know he had some time in the AFL too.
Yep.
This is somebody who could help soon.
Yeah, I love his mentality too. I think it'd fit well in a major league bullpen. When he was on our show, he was talking about how he just gets up there and throws his best stuff at you, and good luck hitting it. So definitely a reliever mindset if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, we need an Aussie in the bullpen.
Yes,
for sure. Everyone needs one. And then Jace Bowen went 2 for 3 with a double and a triple, 1 RBI. He's got some speed that he's showcasing in AAA. Sunday, Justin Lawrence went 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 K. And then Sammy Siani went 1 for 4 with a home run and 2 RBIs, which brings us to Altoona.
Altoona this week, big offensive week. They're over 500, 63 and 62. They're at Harrisburg Senators, it's a AA affiliate for the Nationals. Tramar was 5 for 27 with 1 RBI, 4 walks. He's at 264. Merlin Valdez had a huge week, 12 for 27, 9 runs scored, a double, 4 homers, 9 RBIs. He's at 267, starting to heat up in Altoona. Mitch Jebb, 6 for 19, a triple, 2 RBIs, 7 walks, 3 stolen bases. He's starting to hit a little bit more. And then Connor Griffin, 8 for 23, a double, 3 homers, 12 RBIs. He had 7 in one game this week and a stolen base. He's at 318 in Altoona. Javi Rivas, 6 for 19, a double, a homer, 1 RBI, 1 walk. He's at 225. Let's go into the games, Adam. Wilbur Dotel on Tuesday, 5 innings, 1 hit, no earned, 2 walks, 4 Ks. Rivas went 2 for 5 with his second homer since joining Altoona, 1 RBI. Connor Griffin, 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI. Wednesday, Mitch Jebb, 3 for 3 with a triple. He's at 272. Connor Griffin went 2 for 4 with an RBI. His 5th stolen base in Altoona. I think he's got 65 on the year. Thursday, as Merlin Valdez, 3 for 4 with a double, his 3rd homer, 2 RBIs. While Friday, Connor Griffin, this is the game they scored 14 runs in, 3 for 5, 2 homers, 7 RBI. Just 7 RBIs is ridiculous in one game.
Yeah.
Valdez went 2 for 5 with 2 homers. He's got 5 since joining Altoona, 2 RBIs. Nick Cimello, 5 for 6, 1 RBI, hit for the cycle. His average is at 231, but he's got some power there. There's no doubt about that. This is a Rutgers guy who has caught and plays some first base, DHs a little bit too. Saturday, Dominic Parachi went 6 innings, 2 hits, no earned, 1 walk, 3 Ks. As Merlin Valdez hit his 4th homer of the week. It's 6 on the year in Altoona, 3 RBIs. While lastly on Sunday, Wilbur Dotel went 5 2/3, 1 hit, no earned, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Good week for Wilbur. Connor Griffin went 1 for 5 with his 3rd homer, 1 RBI. Nick Cimello, 2 for 5, 2 homers. He's got 19 on the year in Altoona, 5 RBIs. He's hitting 236.
A lot of power in that bat, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Greensboro versus Wilmington Blue Rocks, the high A affiliate for the Nationals. Greensboro right now 86 and 39. Will Taylor this week, 3 for 21 with 2 runs, a double, 2 RBIs, 4 walks, 8 Ks. Sammy Stafora, 1 for 13 with an RBI, 3 walks. Callan Moss, 10 for 23, 3 runs with a double, a home run, 5 RBIs, 3 walks, only 6 Ks and a stolen base. He's hitting 383 right now. Connor Weekreef on Tuesday went 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned, no walks, 4 Ks. Callan Moss went 3 for 4 with a double and a stolen base. Strikeouts. That's probably his best outing on the year. Derek Diamond went 2 innings, 1 hit, no earned, 5 Ks. Callan Moss hit his 6th home run on the year, had 2 RBIs. And then Titus Dimitru went 2 for 3 with his 9th home run on the year, 3 RBIs. He had 17 stolen bags as well. Thursday, Christian Curtis, 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 7 Ks. Jared Jones, 2 for 4 Stumbo, 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks. Lonnie White Jr. went 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI. And then Saturday, Jared Jones again hit another home run. Talk about a lot of power in that bat. Tons of potential there. Sunday, Connor Weekreef again went 2 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned, 1 K. And then Diamond went 1 inning, no hits, 2 strikeouts. He's got a 0 ERA.
Yeah, he just came back. This is a guy that was an SEC product, so good to have Derek Diamond back. Another arm. Adam, I don't know if you saw, but Murph was in Greensboro this week.
Yeah.
And posted some videos of Jared Jones. That swing, oh, man. He's got some legitimate pop.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we've seen that at LSU, but one of those balls that hit probably hasn't landed yet. It was just absolutely smoked. It's got some insane bat speed. There's probably going to be some electric. Yeah, there's probably going to be some swing and miss there, but a fun watch for sure. Let's go to Bradenton, Adam. They're in Tampa playing the Tarpons, low A affiliate for the Yankees. De Los Santos this week, 5 for 22, a double, 2 homers, 2 RBIs, and a stolen base. Tony Blanco Jr., 3 for 17, a homer, 3 RBIs. Severino, 4 for 15, 1 run, 1 RBI, 4 Ks, 2 stolen bags. Tuesday, David Matoma, 1 inning, no hit, 1 Ks, 1 K. He's at a 4.42 ERA. Jeter Martinez made his Bradenton debut. Didn't go so well. 1 inning, 4 hits, 3 earned, 1 walk, 3 Ks. But I guess the stuff is there. It's just a matter of the command being iffy at times. Probably going to be a reliever. Iredell for Arkansas product. He was 6th or 7th round pick this year. 1 for 2 with a double, an RBI. His 3rd stolen base, has some speed there. Wednesday, Matt Ager, 5 1/3, 3 hits, 1 earned, 3 walks, 8 Ks. He's got a 4.66 ERA. Tony Blanco Jr. hit his 7th homer since joining the team. He has 2 RBIs, hitting 279. And Thursday, Carlos Castillo, my favorite low A arm here, 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned, 1 walk, 2 Ks. He's got a 3.84 ERA as a 19-year-old in affiliate ball. Pretty impressive. And then Richard Ramirez, another catching product in the system, 2 for 4 with a double, 1 RBI. He's got a 279 average. Friday, David Matoma pitched again, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 K. Yordan De Los Santos, 2 for 5 with his 10th homer, 1 RBI, and 51st stolen bag on the year. And then Saturday, De Los Santos homers again, his 11th. He was 3 for 5 with a double, 1 RBI. Edward Florentino chipped in with going 1 for 5, a double, and his 29th stolen bag on the year. Sunday's game was canceled, so that's it for the Marauders this week.
Scott, minor league players of the week, not minor league player of the week. We have 4 guys that we're going to highlight.
Man.
It was really hard to choose, so he said, why not? You know, there's no rules and regulations with this. Let's just get right into it. First, we have Rafael Flores. All right, 7 for 22, 4 runs with a triple, 3 bombs, 6 RBIs with a walk, only 6 Ks. And then we got Connor Griffin, of course, 8 for 23, 5 runs with a double, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs, 2 walks, only 3 strikeouts and a stolen base. His average is at 318 in AA.
And then we got Esmerlin Valdez, 12 for 27 this week, a double, 4 homers, 9 RBIs, turning it on in Altoona. He's got a 267 average as of today. And then lastly, we got Callan Moss again, man. He's just killing it, 10 for 23 this week, a double, a homer, 5 RBIs, a stolen base. He's got a 383 average since joining the Grasshoppers.
Good app. It's not over yet because we're going to take a quick break and we're going to be joined by Cameron Keshock. Before we do, make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, like, share, leave a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend, like all the social media. We're posting every single day. If you're listening, download the episodes, leave a 5-star review, go to buckobanter.com, get all your merch. We'll take a quick break right here, and then we'll be back with Pirates 2025 12th round pick and right-handed pitcher Cameron Keshock. Joining us now on Bucko Banter is Pirates 2025 12th round pick and right-handed pitcher Cameron Keshock. Cam, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be on here.
Cam, first off, welcome on and congrats on being drafted, man. Take us through draft day. What was that like? And, you know, what was it like hearing your name being called by the Pirates?
Yeah, it's a funny story for sure because I was sitting in my living room and my brother, 13-year-old brother, had football practice. So it was me and my dad waiting in the living room watching the draft on the TV. And then all of a sudden he's got to go take my little brother to practice. And as soon as he leaves, I hear my name called. So I'm sitting there all alone in our living room. So that I thought that was pretty funny. But whenever they came back, we all celebrated and stuff. And obviously, it's an awesome thing to hear your name called on that day. So yeah, it was.
It's
awesome.
kind of like the rookie treatment after you get a home run. The dugout gives you like the silence treatment. It's like no, you're just sitting there by yourself. That's great.
Exactly. Yeah.
Was there any indication that the Pirates were interested in you prior to the draft?
Yeah, so I did one of their like pre-draft workouts over at Pirate City, and they seemed really impressed with my stuff and whatnot. And I've been talking with the area scout Darren Mazurowski since high school, so they were definitely what I assumed to be like one of the top guys that wanted me, I guess. So yeah, I kind of expected it.
When did you realize that professional baseball might be a future for you?
Yeah, I think coming out of middle school, honestly, I was throwing, I want to say 86 in my first freshman game, and that's when I really started to get noticed by um, all these colleges like Vanderbilt, Mississippi State, and Auburn and whatnot. And I think during that time, that's when it got to my head a little bit, like, wow, I could really, really do this thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah. What was that recruitment process like out of high school? I mean, I know you eventually chose Auburn, then you ended up at Samford, but how was the recruitment process like going to a big school like that or making that decision?
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome, as you guys can guess. I mean, going on visits and stuff to all those amazing schools. I'm sure everybody would want to experience that. But yeah, it was cool getting to talk to all the coaches and whatnot. And just having those schools reach out to you, it's a good feeling for sure. So yeah, I definitely don't take any of it for granted, and I'm glad I was able to experience it for sure.
Coming out of college, out of Sanford, what do you think? What part of your game improved the most?
Well, right now I think it's just pitchability because my last year of high school, I had an ankle injury from basketball, so I didn't pitch my whole senior year. And then going into college and going to Auburn and whatnot, and having to get on the mound in front of 6,000 people a game or whatever it is after not throwing for a whole year was kind of eye opening to me. And just because of that, I didn't get very many innings there, and so when I got to Samford, it was awesome to kind of be able to get my feet wet again and just log a bunch of it. That's what I needed at that point was innings. So yeah, it was good from that standpoint of having pitched in a while, and then Sanford gave me the opportunity to one of their starters. So just being able to kind of get back into the groove of it, figure out what worked for me before, and yeah.
What's part of the pitch mix now? What are you throwing in? Has that changed since you got to Bradenton, or have the Pirates worked on anything to add to the arsenal?
Yeah, so actually right now we're working on a four seam. I've thrown sinker, slider, and changeups pretty much my whole life. And so now we're working on a four seam because everything I've been throwing recently just goes straight down. Sinker goes down and inside to a righty, slider, obviously away to a righty, and then changeup goes down as well. So just something that we can kind of have that changes the eyesight for the hitters, and I'm not throwing everything down in the zone, something to throw up to kind of mess with them. But yeah, we're working on that right now.
Would you say you're more of a pitch to contact guy, throwing a sinker changeup? Do you generate a lot of ground balls?
Yeah, for sure. I don't ever like admitting it because everybody wants all the
Sure, sure,
strikeouts and whatnot,
sure.
but I definitely find myself getting most of my outs through ground balls. Yeah, for sure.
Is that the main adjustment going from college ball to pro ball right now, is just figuring out the sequencing and the pitch mix, or is there other adjustments such as like day-to-day living or conditioning that you've really noticed going to Bradenton?
Yeah, I feel like there's only so much you can do. Just being as a pitcher, you only have so many throws each day. So I feel like the training part of it is not much different. I mean, obviously the facilities and stuff here are way nicer than they were at Sanford and whatnot. So weightlifting, we do like more individualized stuff just because there's access to more equipment. So from that part of it, it is a lot better. But yeah, just like on the throwing part of it, I'm doing the same thing that I have since I started college, just because you have so many throws in a day, and whatnot.
What has the talent level been like going from college to pro ball? You've thrown a couple innings down there in Bradenton already. Have you seen much of a difference or an adjustment there?
Yeah, I will say they do lay off of pitches a lot better here
Sure.
than opposed to in college. Like in college, you can go sinker inside. They'll swing at both of them, and then you can go slider in the dirt, and they're almost swinging every time. So here they definitely have a better approach, I think. But yeah, it's attack with your best stuff, and you just hope for the best. That's all you can do. So I don't really think about it when it comes to being out on the mound.
What's do you have any long-term goals, or have you set any short-term goals for yourself in your short pro career so far, or just going into this off season?
Yeah, I haven't had any short-term goals because it kind of all changed around super fast. Like I got drafted, went to Pirate City for I want to say like 2 or 3 weeks, and then got called up right after that. So I really haven't had time to set any goals. I was kind of just seeing like where I was at and whatnot. But a
Right.
long-term goal that I've had for I guess since high school was just to pitch in the bigs for a decade.
Absolutely. Cam, what I like to talk about the mental side of the game a little bit. Being a pitcher myself back in the day, I know it's easy to get it in your head up there on the mound. What do you do if you're, maybe you don't have your best stuff one day, or you're not having your best outing? How do you adjust mid game, or how do you work on the mental side of the game?
Yeah, what I like to do is just have like a kind of mental reset. So if I throw like a few bad pitches in a row or whatnot, step off, walk to the back of the mound, clean your cleats off, toss the rosin back around, and everybody just thinks you're doing it because your hands might be slippery, whatever. It might be sweaty, but I do it kind of just to reset, kind of talk myself up, like you can do this. But yeah, just getting off the mound for a second, having a mental reset, just kind of retain your focus back on what's important. Not that you're doing that, but more so like what's my plan of attack moving forward.
Going back to the mechanics real quick, just watching some of your video. I know you got a big frame, but it looks like a very like low effort, like simple delivery. Has it always been like that for you, or is that just something that you consciously work on?
Yeah, I think that low effort delivery look is just come naturally because I'm a big dude with long levers, so I guess it looks a lot slower on video.
Yeah,
But
right.
no, I don't really put any focus onto it. It just feels natural the way I throw now, so I've just stuck with it.
Cam, the Pirates have been known to develop arms over the past couple of years. They've done really well. There's a plethora of arms throughout the system. Is that something that excited you when you heard your name called by them?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you see what they did with Skeens and how fast they move him up and whatnot. So I'm sure that's every pitcher's dream that gets taken by the Pirates is to, I guess, kind of work with their staff and get the treatment needed, I guess, to and the coaching needed to move up as fast as he did, which is obviously not going to happen. But it gives you a good belief that some could happen soon for sure.
Cam, if this is your first introduction to Pirates fans, who are Pirates fans getting when you take the mound?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're getting an incredible athlete, somebody that's going to show up every day and do their best. That's my main thing is to be the hardest worker on the field at all times. Outwork everybody because that's the least I can do when it comes to baseball.
Absolutely, absolutely. Last question for me, Cam. In your short time so far in the minor leagues, who is someone, a teammate, it could be pitcher or hitter, that has wowed you so far?
I'm gonna have to go with Tony Blanco Jr. for sure.
It's a big guy.
I walked in the dugout and yeah, I was like, holy, because usually I'm the tallest guy on the team, and I see him who looks like 6'8", 6'9". Probably got like 50 pounds on me, and then he goes out first game and hits like a ball 110 off the bat or something like that, something crazy.
80
So yeah, I
grade
would have to
power
say
for
him.
sure. Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah.
hey, Cam, we appreciate you joining us on the show. You're welcome back anytime. We're looking forward to following your pro career and eventually seeing you up here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me and appreciate the support for sure.
Best seats at the Pirates game, they let me run the base. Yeah, my time is like my money, cause I can't afford to waste. Wifey is a lawyer, take my date to my dates, or the steak by the plates. And